Hello and welcome back to my garden where things are looking like this. The hot temperatures are hitting us fast and hard, reminding us that summer is just around the corner and it's time to switch things up. While there's still beauty in the garden, there's also a lot of disease and pests, and some things have just done their part and are ready to be replaced. Today we're going to talk about the summer garden and how I plan to handle the seasonal transition. Let's get started. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine and I garden down in South Louisiana in Zone 9B. Today I wanted to take you guys through my summer garden plan and start some seeds so that in the next couple of weeks I can start transitioning the garden from spring to summer. So where I live, again in South Louisiana, summer is kind of like our winter. We don't really have an issue with first frost. I mean, we have a first frost, but we have a long growing season, and the issue is more so our heat than the cold down here. So in the summer, we typically take it easy, kind of put the gardens on like a rest period because we're not trying to be outside. It's way too hot, and then you have to water a lot more, especially the last couple of summers we've been having droughts, so that's been something to consider as well. My garden plan, I'm not a summer gardener. I am trying to make the summer as easy as possible. I think in previous years I've been more inclined to try to keep going through the summer and to keep the garden as productive as possible, but this year I think I'm just going to kind of take it easy, especially with my plans for fall, which I'll talk about in another video. So my plan for the summer garden is to take out the more high maintenance plants and the plants that just aren't going to do well during the summer, so like the cucumbers, because they're going to get bitter and just really struggle. The tomatoes, which are already struggling, at a certain temperature their pollen actually becomes non-viable, so they won't even form fruit anymore. So I'm going to take those out, and then I'm going to replace them with some more heat loving crops like okra, peanuts, beans, and heat tolerant flowers. I'm also going to be replacing the zinnias that have powdery mildew and just kind of revamping that whole thing. So my goal is to make the garden as easy to manage as possible. I'm also going to be installing some drip irrigation this summer. We'll see how that goes at some point. I know I keep saying that I'm going to do this, but I'm actually going to do it this summer. And yeah, so today I want to start some seeds with you guys. So let's talk through what I'm going to be growing this summer. So starting out with some things, I'm going to direct sow, but I won't be starting in these seedling trays. So I have the Epic Gardening 6 cells, and then the Epic Gardening it was a 10-20 tray, I think. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm starting in today. I have been starting in my 72 cell. I'll show you trays, but I'm just not gonna do that this time around. I have not used my Epic Gardening 6 cells in a while, so I'm just going to switch it up. So what I'll be direct sowing are my beans. So I have these pink eye butter beans, which are super cute. I love butter beans. They are, I'm reading off the package, beautiful off-white butter beans with pinkish purple eyes and matching speckles. I'm going to plant these where I have the tomatoes currently. So I'm going to put up some concrete remesh. I think I mentioned this before, but I'm going to put that up so that they can climb. These are a pole bean. Next, I have these purple whole peas, which I found in my purse. So I love purple whole peas. These I will be using for fresh eating. The butter beans I'll be using for dried beans. Then I have these Hidatsa red beans. They look like a kidney bean. I read that they're pretty similar. These are from the Hidatsa tribe, I think somewhere up north. And I haven't grown these before. I got these from someone, so I'm going to try and see how these are this year. These are a bush bean, but I read that they can they're kind of one of those in-between bush beans that they can use some support. If you offer support, they'll take it. So I'm going to direct sow those. So for my flowers, I'm going to do some, let's start with the celosia. I have my little notes here so I can kind of describe them. Celosias, I'm going to do Crystal Beauty, and all these are from Johnny's. I'm going to do Chief Gold, which is like a very, they kind of look like a brain to me, like those brain kind of celosias. It's very gold. It looks like a marigold kind of, but like a celosia. If a celosia and a marigold had a baby, that's what that looks like to me. The Flamingo Feather is it's more feathery. And it's kind of like a silvery pink kind of vibe, very pastel-y. And then what is this, Rayan Celosia? This is a bright red, beautiful celosia. And I know it's going to be so great in fall flowers. And then the Crystal Beauty, the roosters as usual are on one. The Crystal Beauty, this is more of like a peachy yellow kind of vibe, which again is going to be really good for those like summer and autumn bouquets. Let's see. Next up, I have some Cosmos. These are the Afternoon White Cosmos. They are white, obviously, self-explanatory. Let me see my notes. They kind of look like poppies. Like they have a really big flower and they are very gorgeous. I love these. I have a few in the garden right now, but my Cosmos just didn't do very well this spring. So we'll try them in the summer and see if we can get some good blooms. Next, I have the Double Click Rose Bonbon. These are so freaking cute. They're double. They are just like little cute pink. They make me think of cupcakes. I don't know why, but it's like very cutesy. I love those. Then I have the Versailles Red. So these are similar to the Rubenza Cosmos, if you've ever seen those, that kind of maroon color, but these have like a very bright yellow center. So I'm just gonna start these. It is so hot out here, guys. I should not be out here right now, but I really wanted to go ahead and film this video so that I could edit it and get it scheduled. I'm trying to get like ahead of my plans. Culture, so light is required for germination. Okay, so light is required for germination for these celosias, so I'm just going to sprinkle these on the top. Forgot about the apricot lemonade, which, how cute is that? I have my zinnias, and I'm going like very par down. I pulled a lot of seeds to start, but then I just realized, in the interest of making it not super chaotic and high maintenance this season, this summer, I am going to par everything down. So for zinnias, I'm just going to do the Benary's Giant White, which is just a giant white zinnia, as it says, pretty self-explanatory. Same with the Benary's Golden Yellow. I love these two flowers this spring. They were really beautiful. They were excellent in bouquets, and they just looked great. I didn't expect to like the white ones, but I really, really enjoyed that like springy pastel white color scheme, which I found surprising, but I really liked it. And then the Dreaming Mix. This is my favorite zinnia. It is so pretty. It has these like orange and what did I write about it? It's like yellow, red, and then it has a hot pink center, and that color variation is just so attractive to me. It's so beautiful. These are my favorite zinnias. They're just so freaking cool. And let's see. Oh, I have a lot of seeds. Okay, so let's go ahead and start these. It's so funny watching everyone else's gardens right now, and they're like just coming into production, and I'm just like, oh, well, we're wrapping up. I had a lot of pest pressure with my tomatoes this year. So next year, I'm probably going to plant like a trap crop, like sunflowers. I had a lot of leaf-footed bugs and stink bugs attacking my tomatoes. I did get some really good cherry tomato harvest. I will put a little video clip of like just how they looked this year, but overall it was not a great tomato year for me. I mean, it was a great tomato year, but it could be better. So next year I have a little bit more insight on what I need to do to make them better. These are the Golden Yellows. So we will just do a little. Next up, we have some basil. I have just regular basil. I didn't start, like, my basil seeds for some reason didn't germinate, and I never like restarted it. Sorry, there's a mosquito around here that is having a field day on me. So I have lemon basil. These seeds are old, so I don't know if they'll actually germinate. And I have some cardinal basil, some purple basil. This thing really got me. And I will start these. Y'all know I'm usually like a Yappiana, but I am so hot right now that I just want to get this done and go inside. I've been procrastinating for a long time, but I'm trying to like practice, like just move a little bit slower these days. I find that the world is always in a rush, and that's just not good for my mental health. I don't think it's good for anybody's mental health, but practicing slow living is definitely a practice. You have to like teach yourself to like slow down and to value that, but also like it just makes life better. So I don't have, this must be in the other tray, so I'll do that. And then lemon basil, so these are good. But yeah, so lately I've been like trying to practice slow living, and so whenever I feel like rushing, or even like this morning, I probably should have waited to get this video done, but I guess you gotta be able to tell the difference between being lazy and needing to slow down. So if I would have like not filmed this video this morning, it would have been out of laziness, not like a need to slow down, because I rested last night. I've been very intentional with my rest and work schedule, especially like doing YouTube, working full-time, and also starting a farm. So staying in those rhythms has been very, very important to me, and they've helped me keep my sanity and to be able to do all the things that I need to do, because if not, my body goes haywire and I literally cannot operate. So if you're also like that, let this be your permission slip to just slow down a little bit, rest, and just move a little slower. Things they take as long as they take. And so that's just that. So I think we're good on this tray. And then this is the last tray. I know this isn't like an exciting, super huge seed starting video, but I did want to show just like there are still some things that you can start in the summer that are very nice, and also just that aren't going to take up a lot of your time and energy to maintain and have to look after. So in here, this is 2 trays instead of 1. So I'm going to take that one out. Put this down here. Okay, so next I have these peanuts, which are very old. These are Rabat Market peanuts from Baker Creek that I ordered in 2020. So this was the year of the pandemic. I remember I bought these for my dad's garden actually, because he was wanting to grow and boil his own peanuts, and so we tried that. So I don't remember if we got a harvest. I don't think so. Maybe we got a little one, but I'm gonna try and plant them and see what they do. I've never planted peanuts before, so this will be a new experience for me. Hopefully nothing finds them and like digs them up. Hopefully they germinate, but if not, that's cool too. Sometimes you just gotta clean out your stash. So go ahead and plant these, and then grab some soil to put on top. Okay, what else? We have our regular basil. It's putting a lot in there. And then what else? I don't think I have a stick for that, so I'll see about that. So we had the peanuts. What else? Another one this is new to me. These are sesame seeds. You can see the package right there. I am really excited about growing these. I've had these seeds since 2023. I haven't grown them. I saw someone post a video on here about growing sesame seeds that I watched the other day, and I'll link that down below. And it seemed really easy and accessible, and so I'm like, why not? I can try to make like my own tahini. I have to see what that process is like. I don't know if I'll grow enough to actually be able to make any in my food processor, but it could be a cool thing, especially because I'm, trying to swap out beds and looking for like a low maintenance crop. I believe that sesame seeds are pretty low maintenance. So I'm gonna she started hers in trays and transplanted them out, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Apparently they get really big, so I'm just gonna put maybe 2 seeds, the usual, to a cell, and see how that is. And also to see like how fresh sesame seeds taste like on salads and stuff. Someone was saying that they're also very nutritious. I forget what the comment actually said, and I did not fact check this before saying it, but I think they are very nutritious. So that'll be fun. Okay. Next up, I have this Hot Biscuits Amaranth. Also, like, look how dirty I am. This is just, I don't apologize for it, but I accept it as my life now. So this is the Hot Biscuits Amaranth. It has that gold, orangey tone, which is going to be great for those summer and fall bouquets with the yellows and the reds and stuff like that, and the maroons. If I can get the package open. These are old seeds too, I think. Oh no, they're not. 2025, so perfect. Let's see. Seed depth, 1/4 inch. So Hot Biscuits. I'm gonna do a 6L tray of this. And whatever I can't fit here, I'll just bring to the farm. And then we'll see how that goes. Ooh, another one. This one is also new to me, so I'm gonna do cumin. Apparently it likes hot temperatures, and we use a lot of cumin, and I'm trying to grow a lot of our spices, or grow and or just make them at home. So like onion powder, that's something that I want to make. I have a dehydrator, so we're really in our like zero waste era, so we're trying to get away from single-use plastics, single-use like packaging where we can anyway. So we're not trying to be perfect, we're just trying to like do what we can. So instead of buying like another container of onion powder, garlic powder, stuff like that, my idea is to buy the onions and the garlic and stuff and just dehydrate them and mix powder, whether or not the vegetables are from my garden. So we've already been doing this we've been making our own peanut butter, and we've also been making our own plant-based milks. We really hate the containers because they're not recyclable. So we've been making our own plant-based milks, which has been really good, and I'll link the recipe that we use below. And also, what else? I think that's it. The milk, the peanut butter, and we also do our own bread. We're both gluten-free, my boyfriend and I. So we have to have gluten-free bread, which is really expensive in the stores and not nearly as good as what you can make at home. And I'll link some of my favorite recipes below from the Loopy Whisk. She is awesome. So I'll link some of her recipes below. But I do want to get like an Azure standard order so that we can get some of those bulk flours in bulk, so that we don't have to buy the little plastic bags from Whole Foods. And also we have been, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. So cumin. Want to get some cumin seeds, grind it up to make cumin powder. I have a plan for like a whole herb garden at the farm, so this is just the beginning of that situation. Let's see. Surface tap securely. What else? And last but not least, I have another amaranth. What happened to that? Okay, so I also have red spike amaranth, which is literally self-explanatory. It is very red, maroon, almost purplish color, and it's a spiky, feathery kind of plume amaranth. And I'm growing these just for cut flowers, not for like the seeds, which I know you can use amaranth for the grain. Unnecessary germination. Okay, and last but not least, I have these Rudbeckias. So I have the Indian Summer, which is like it's like the orangey center and yellow on the outside, and then this is just the basic Rudbeckia. I say basic lovingly. It's a stunning flower no matter how you turn it. So this is Rudbeckia lacinata. We're just gonna do a little. It doesn't sound like they're very particular about. I've never started that from seed, so I don't know how that goes. We'll see. And then I actually need another container for this one's done. This one's done. I need another container for the red spike amaranth and the cardinal basil, but I'll do that later. It's fine. Actually, let me do that now. for these, I'm gonna put these on the seedling station, water them in, throw a shade cloth over it, and then that's it. So for the celotias, it said to like just barely cover them to keep the seeds in place. So I just did like the powdered sugar method of just straining a little bit of soil to kind of keep them covered a little bit, but they can still get the light so that they can germinate. Always filthy. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Very short and sweet. In a few weeks, once those seeds germinate and get big enough to plant out, I will do a whole video on resetting the garden for summer, and hopefully we can get this together and have an easy breezy inside summer. Thanks for watching. Have a great week ahead, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.